Hey bag maker! Today I'm going to be talking about Natural Nerd sewing planners, various fabrics that I've added to my stash. The book review will be for a book called Crafting Leather Totes, Backpacks, and Bags, and there's a great giveaway at the end. I'm Sarah Lawson from Sew Sweetness. Thanks so much for joining me for Social Sunday, my monthly sewing chat. Hey everyone, happy Sunday and welcome to Social Sunday. Thanks so much for joining me for the show. I have a lot of things to talk to you about tonight, those cool planners that I already mentioned. Before we get started on everything, I wanted to offer up my usual spam reminder. If you're watching over on Facebook and you've received a private message from what looks like a copy of our Sew Sweetness logo, usually they're asking you to click on a link, enter credit card information in order to claim a prize, give your address, things of that nature. Please report or block that. And if you're watching over on YouTube and you've left a comment on the show and you've received a reply to your comment, again, usually it's a copy of our Sew Sweetness logo. Sometimes they're asking you to call or text a phone number in order to claim a prize. Report or block that as well. I always announce the winner's name verbally on the show, and we have the winner's names typed into the comments as well. Thanks everyone for the lovely comments so far. And tonight I'm going to be talking about the sewing retreat, which is coming up September 26th through the 28th. So I'll be answering your questions later on in the show. If you have any questions about the retreat, go ahead and type those into the comments right now. Danny will be collecting them, and I'll be talking more about the retreat and answering your questions shortly. Let's see. All right. Let's get over to, my other reminder that I usually give. Everything that I talk about during Social Sunday are usually things that I'm paying for myself. So these are not things that I'm getting paid to talk to you about, but just cool things that I found that I'd like to share with you. And everything that I'm scheduled to talk about, I link to in the description. So if you're interested in finding out more about any of the books, fabrics, notions, or projects that I talk about during Social Sunday, just check that link in the description and you can find out more information there. So today I'm going to be talking about, in the notion of the week spot, 2 sewing related planners that my friend Nova told me about. They're from Natural Nerd, and there is 2 different versions, the Crafty Project Planner and then there's the Crafty Business Planner. So I'm going to show you both of these and what the differences are. Danny's going to switch to the overhead camera for that. Okay, so the first one is the Project Planner. So this is thinner than the one I'm going to be talking to you about in a second. So this is just for keeping track of your projects. So different details about the project, how much you spent, and you'll just record everything, and that's the same pages are throughout the book. So I like this for if you're just sewing for your own pleasure at home, but you just want to record the different projects you're making just so you have a record of them. This is for you, and if you are selling your sewing projects in any way, I think this will be more helpful than the first green book that I showed. So this is the Crafty Business Planner. This one has a hard cover, the other one's a soft cover. Both spiral bound, which is really nice, so you can open them flat. There's a lot of different sections in this particular version. So planner comes at the beginning. There's vendor pages, there's project planning sheets, and then it gives you the page number. So if you want to look something up and then flip to it in the further in the book, the page numbers are listed there, which is really nice. And it's a planner, but it's not dated, so that you can use it whatever year you happen to purchase it. And it's monthly as well as weekly. There's information for if you're vending in person, things to check off to bring with you. This planner really has everything. So this particular section is for the different events, name of events, all the information, feedback after the event, how you felt about it, profit loss, lots of information there. This is the project section, so what you spent on the project, all the materials, any of your notes. You can take pictures of some of the projects. like say for example, if you're making a So Sweetness persimmon dumpling pouch and you want to record all the materials you've used so you can find out a price, what you should be selling it at, and any of other notes or reflections, that'll all go here. Pre-order tracker, I know some of you are pre-ordering fabric. Keep track of it here when you ordered it, because sometimes you're ordering it months in advance. That's helpful. Sewing machine maintenance, yes, thanks for the comments, everyone. And there's all sorts of helpful things in the back, talking about thread, fabric, lots of different resources in the back of the book. So, yeah, Winless Original says, I like that they open flat. Yes, they both open flat. So again, I guess the meatier one, or if you're selling any of your sewing projects, that's the business planner. That's the hardcover one. And then if you're just sewing for your own pleasure at home or just want to keep track of your projects, that's the Crafty Project Planner. This one's the soft cover one. So I've linked to both of these in the description in case you're interested in checking them out after the show. And you want to stay tuned for the rest of the show, because I will be giving away both of these to one lucky randomly drawn winner. That'll be at the end of the show tonight. Okay, so I have a question for you. Let me know in the comments. Do you keep track of sewing supplies, and how do you like to keep track of them? Let me know in the comments right now. When I first started sewing, I kept little snippets of the fabrics that I was purchasing, just so I could remember, because sometimes when they're folded up in stacks, sometimes it's hard to remember what fabrics is exactly that you have in your stash. I do keep a kind of a journal for some of my crochet projects. I think it's helpful to refer back what kind of yarn I use. So either if it's for sewing or something else, I think it's definitely helpful to record things that you're making. Laura says, are the pages glossy? I'm wondering if you could use a pencil to write in them. Oh, good question. The pages are not glossy, they're matte. Let me check both of them. Yeah, they're matte for both of them, so you could use whatever pencil would work. Yeah, they're definitely matte. Good question. I hadn't thought of that. Okay, and if you just joined us for the show, just a reminder, I'm going to be talking about the sewing retreat that's coming up this fall later on in the show. So if you have any questions for me about that, go ahead and type them in the comments at any time, and Danny will be collecting them. I'll talk about the retreat in just a minute.
You want me to save the questions for retreat time, or as they pop up?
Save them for, I'll talk in a second about the retreat. Thanks, Danny. Good question. All right, so I wanted to, this is non-sewing related, but it's an event that I'm working on for a nonprofit that I'm involved in. It's a horse organization, but I feel like this event is for even non-horse people, just because it's a family and a community event, so I just wanted to share. It's in Barrington Hills, Illinois. Danny's going to put the graphic up on the screen. It's an outdoor movie night that I'm coordinating, and Danny's going to be running the technology. We have a big blow-up screen and a projector, and we're going to be showing some horse-related documentary films. So the first part of the evening we'll be showing documentaries and cartoons for kids, and then after that it'll be for all ages documentaries. Let me see. I wrote a few notes. So my board position is for a learning series, and so this kind of dovetails into the learning series. We'll also have some Mustangs present and some authors. And the Mustangs are part of a program that works with veterans to assist with mental health. It's located in Bull Valley, Illinois. And so the Mustangs will be there. Really cool opportunities to see some Mustangs in person. And if you're local and you're considering attending, the tickets are $10 each. I've linked to the event page in the description, and if you do happen to purchase a ticket, feel free to email me, and I'd love to get a list going of people that will be attending. And again, I know this is not sewing related, but I just wanted to share it on the show since Danny and I will be there and kind of coordinating this event.
Sarah, you've received probably 20 comments on your outfit you're wearing, to how wonderful it looks on you.
Oh, really? Thank you. Danny complimented me before the show. He said, oh, that looks really nice on you. How come you don't wear it more often? Or something of that nature, right, Danny?
Yep.
Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it. All right, so now I wanted to get back to the sewing related content and talk about the retreat. So the sewing retreat, we haven't done a sewing retreat in 7 years. It doesn't feel like it's been 7 years ago, but it has. I Googled it and I looked it up. So the sewing retreat will be this September. It'll be September 26th through the 28th. It'll be located at the Aloft Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois, which is just a few minutes away from O'Hare Airport. And the hotel does offer shuttle service, or if you are local and would like to drive in, it's $15 for parking per day at the hotel. So what's included in the event tickets? It's $600 for a ticket. Included in the ticket price is not a hotel room, but I will list all the things that are included. Danny's organized a tour bus to take us on a shop hop the Friday, which is September 26th. So we'll be going to some quilt shops, and we'll also, the last stop for the tour bus is a dinner, so the dinner is included as well. I thought it would be nice to, we haven't done this before, the tour bus with the quilt shops, but I thought it would be a nice kind of get to know you bonding event. So the dinner will be the culmination of that day. Dinner's included, and we'll all have dinner together. Eileen says, do you know what shops will be visited during the shop hop portion of the fall retreat? Good question. So far I have So Modern Chicago, which is located in Arlington Heights, Illinois, and Warm and Cozy, which is located in Barrington, Illinois. So both great shops. I chose those two because they're different. They're slightly different. I didn't want to pick two shops that were offering this exact same offerings. I might add another shop or two depending on timing. We want to make sure to get to dinner on time, but I'm still working on that. But those are the two shops that I've organized so far, and the rest will be to be decided. Let's see, what else is included in the dinner ticket? Lunch on the Saturday and Sunday is included in the dinner ticket. And also 2 full days of workshop sewing, which will be taught by me. This is the first time I've taught the full 2 days. And it'll be 2 projects. So on the first day, it'll be a brand new, unreleased, and unseen pattern that I've designed. It'll be a bag or a backpack. Bag/backpack. I'm trying to think of something that serves as both. And then the second day will be another brand new, unseen, and unreleased Sew Sweetness pattern. It'll be a pouch. I've almost finished with the pouch, so I don't want to show it yet just because I'm nearly at the end, but I just want to make sure it works out before I show everyone, because those things happen sometimes. Sometimes I get to the end and I can see it won't work out. Regarding those sewing patterns, they will be unreleased sewing patterns, which will be released sometime after the retreat. Probably not right after the retreat, but sometime in the fall. So people at the retreat, that'll be the first time those patterns will be seen and available. And then free sewing will be available in the evenings. And so the classroom sewing will be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on the Saturday and Sunday. And then after that, in the evening, you can sew on whatever project that you would like to. So the sewing room will be open till 10 o'clock at night on Saturday and 7 o'clock at night on Sunday. And you'll bring your own sewing machine, and you'll bring your own fabric and supplies. And the reason that I ask that you bring your own supplies is because I like for people to come to the first day of classroom with their fabric and interfacing cut out and fused, so that we can get right to sewing, just so we don't have to spend time in the classroom you cutting out your fabric and fusing it, just because that can be easily done at home. And I think the one-on-one classroom time would be better spent getting right to sewing. And everyone will receive the sewing patterns about a month before the actual retreat, just so you have time to prep your pieces before arriving. The tickets will go on sale tomorrow, which is July 7th at 10 a.m. Central Time, and I'm just going to make it live at 10 o'clock, and we'll see how it goes. And in case it does sell out right away, I will have a waiting list going, just in case you miss the initial tickets. And I think that's everything I've got on my sheet, but I'm sure you have questions, so Danny, let me know if there were any questions, and pop those up on the screen, and I'm happy to answer them. Gwen says, where will the retreat take place? It'll be everything will be at the hotel. So it's the Aloft Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois. The sewing room will be at the hotel, and if you choose to stay overnight, you can book a room, but you don't have to just because it's not included in the ticket price. It's totally up to you. Good question. Cleo's mom, you don't have to stay at the hotel if you prefer. If you're driving in or if you're local, you can leave your car in the parking lot. It's $15 at the hotel to park per day. Yep. Tamara says, great way to get to know everyone before sewing. Yeah, we're really excited about the shop hop. I think that was Danny's idea. Was it your idea, Danny?
The charter bus is my idea.
Yeah, the charter bus. Yeah, it'll be a charter bus just so we're all together and going from one shop to the next. And actually, maybe I'll ask all of you this question just because I was thinking about it a few days ago and I wasn't sure just because I've not done a shop hop before, like participated in one. If you have and you've taken a tour bus, or maybe you have an opinion about it, how long do you think we should stay at each shop before moving on? My initial thought was maybe an hour, but then I thought maybe an hour's too long. I don't really know. The retreat's for 25. It'll be for 25 tickets, so 25 people, and I don't know if an hour's too long for 25 people to choose their fabric and get it cut and check out. I really don't know. So if you have any opinions on that, please do let me know in the comments just so I can get some direction as far as how long we should plan to stay at each shop. Good question, Kyla. What supplies are in the sewing space? For example, iron cutting mat. So I will have 2 ironing stations with 2 irons set up. We will have a cutting mat area. I do have several really large cutting mats, so I'll see how much table space we have, and I'll bring the suitable large cutting mat for that space. And each table will have, next to your sewing machine that you've brought, there will be table space next to you so you can have room to lay pieces out and pin things next to you so you don't have to get up each time. Suzanne says, will that pattern be available after the retreat for those that can't go? Yes, the 2 new patterns that will be at the retreat will be part of the next set of 4 patterns that are coming out in the fall. So if you can't come, you won't be missing out. The retreat participants will just have the first access to them. Jane says, how much are the hotel rooms for the retreat? We do have a room block at the hotel with a discounted rate, and the rate is $159 per night. When the retreat tickets go on sale tomorrow, the link to the hotel room block booking will be at the bottom of the page on my website for that. So you'll be able to see that and look at the options for the beds and so on while you're looking at the ticket. Linda says, with 25 people, I think an hour is about right. This is for the shop hop. You need to take into account cutting and paying. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate you. Oh, Kathy says an hour is not too long. You need to factor in the time for people to shop, cut fabrics, and pay. Okay, good. I'm glad I was sort of on track with that. Thank you, Norm Gatto. Connie says, speak to the shop owners. They probably have experience with tour groups. That's a great suggestion, and I had not thought of that. I'm going to write a note.
I agree with Janet on this.
I could spend a lot more time selecting fabrics. Yep, me too. I've been in shops for longer than an hour. Yes. Rachel says, will the projects be domestic machine friendly? Yes, they will be domestic machine friendly. And Glenda says, will there be sewing machine rentals available? At this time, I don't know. I hadn't planned it, to be honest. I guess we'll see. I don't know. I guess my answer is the tickets, as is what I had planned for tomorrow morning, don't include any rental options. Karen says, I was with Linda Yalmini at the last retreat, and it was wonderful. I still have the elephant cork. Yeah, we did have a little shop at the hotel last time next to the sewing room, and we brought cork and zippers and other things. We might do that this time as well. Sally says that's a brace. Sally and Wire Fabric Beads says those are reasonable rates for the hotel. And it's a really nice hotel. It's one of our favorites. It's really modern, clean looking. What do you think about those hotel rooms, Danny? You remember them, right?
Yeah, it's modern.
In fact, when we've gone out of town, we've stayed at that same brand of Aloft hotels.
There's a lounge area with drinks, snacks, so you can hang out, play pool.
Yeah.
There's tables. There's a lot of, if you want to get out of the sewing area, there's other places to mingle and hang out and
Yep.
outside if you don't get a room and stuff.
Connie says our guild allows shop. Oh, okay. Shops are warned that we are coming. 45 minutes. I think that's what it was. Okay. 45 minutes or an hour. That sounds great. Nancy says most retreats we took our own machines. Good to know. I know some people had questions about flying with machines. Will there be any kind of fabric swap? It's interesting that you mentioned that because I thought about it. We might do that. I guess my plan is to see how things go tomorrow morning with the ticket sales, and then the next step will be to organize any optional functions like a potential fabric swap. I kind of was talking to Danny about maybe doing a white elephant with a yard of fabric. You bring it wrapped. I don't know if you're familiar, if you've done a white elephant before, but I did it one time at a retreat and it was fun. So we might do that. Double occupancy. Honestly, I don't know if it's double occupancy. I did have someone email me last week or the week before asking if there would be any roommate options. And while I'm not organizing roommates for the retreat, if you'd like to post in the Facebook group after you've purchased your ticket, if you're looking for a roommate, you can totally do that. It just won't be something that I'll be organizing on my end. Cleo's mom says, it is your retreat. If you can't have rental machines, it is okay. Don't run yourself ragged. Do what you need. Thank you. I like that reminder because sometimes I'm try to make everything nice for everyone, and I know sometimes it's not possible. Joyce says, does the hotel serve breakfast? It's not a complimentary breakfast, but they do have food items down in the lobby for breakfast, and yep. Rob says a white elephant would be awesome. I think it would be too. Maybe we could have it at the dinner, the welcome dinner on the Friday night. Tamara says, I love that Aloft Hotel for the last retreat. Very nice area to walk to restaurants for dinner. Oh, I should mention, thanks for the reminder, Tamara. I should mention the area that the hotel is in, which we're very familiar with because we used to live in that area when we lived in Chicago, but just steps away from the front door of the hotel is a big, they call it an entertainment district. So there's restaurants, there's bowling, there's a comedy club, which we love. So you don't have to rent a vehicle or take an Uber to get, say on the Sunday night you want to get a meal. It's an easy walk. And I mean, by easy walk, I mean just like
It's part of the community district.
Yes. Thank you, Danny. Thank you for that. Okay. Were there any more questions or is that about it? Okay. If you have a question that I didn't address tonight, feel free to email me. My email is sarah@sewsweetness.com. Danny's going to put my email address up on the screen. And I'll be happy to answer. And again, the tickets go on sale tomorrow, which is July 7th at 10 a.m. Central Time. All right. Now I'd like to share some new fabrics that I've added to my stash recently. Danny's going to switch to the overhead camera so that I can show you what I picked up. And all of these I've got linked to in the description in case you're interested in checking them out. These first two fabrics are designed by Heather Bailey, and I got this teal one for a lining fabric. I've used Heather Bailey's fabrics and patterns in the past and videos also, and I like her designs a lot, so I had to pick these two up. I got this lone horsey print, just liked the colors and the horses with the little designs on them. And I got some other horse fabrics just because I had to. Anything with horses, I have to pick it up. Oh, these are really interesting to go along with the horse fabrics. They don't look overly horsey, but they have a little bit of horse in them, and I like the print. And there's one in pink as well. And then I got some fabrics from Tim Holtz. If you're not familiar, Tim Holtz is doing a year of like a different color palette I think it's every month for this year. And so this butterfly one, butterfly and moth, liked this one. He also is, in addition to doing the different color palettes all year, he did a seasonal Halloween and a seasonal Christmas line. So these are from, I think this is from the seasonal Christmas, and this is from, I believe, the seasonal Halloween. But they didn't look overly holiday to me, which is what I liked about them. And then I got these bird eggs, and then here's another Tim Holtz print. I just liked the colors, and I liked the painterly nature of them. So I've linked to all these different fabrics in the description. I think my favorite's probably this one right here, which is why I bought, it looks like I bought 2 yards of this. And I also wanted to share, Danny's going to put a picture up on the screen. I also wanted to share a recipe that I made the other day. I've never made a buckle before, but I guess a fruit buckle is a dessert with tons of fruit. Like when I made it, I was nearly alarmed at the amount of fruit to batter ratio, but it is like a lot of fruit. So if you've ever been the type of person that ate a dessert and thought, this is good, but it could be even better with even more fruit in it, I think this is the recipe for you. So I've linked to the recipe in the description. I made that particular one. I swapped out the plums for peaches, so I made it with peaches and nectarines. It was delicious. I nearly ate the whole thing myself. I mean, I think Danny had one piece, but A+, it was very good. Okay, the book review for this month is a book called Crafting Leather Totes, Backpacks, and Bags. I've linked to the book in the description, and Danny's going to switch to the overhead so I can show you what's in the book. So, as you can see, these are all leather bags. They're all unlined, and they're all sewn by hand. So I thought, as someone who has only sewn with leather a few times, but has never made a whole bag with leather, I thought this was very interesting. And they're also sewn by hand, which I thought was interesting as well. So lots of full color information about tools, materials, how actually you're going to be sewing this by hand. It's all discussed in the book and very detailed. So it's kind of a mix of, as you can see here, it's a mix of illustrations and full color step photos. And I also like that the pages are matte, easy to write on in case you need to, as was mentioned earlier with those planners. The first few chapters are different techniques, and so I found this helpful since I've never made a bag by hand before. So as you can see, everything's discussed in this technique chapter, and then these are the projects. I think we're getting over to the projects. Yeah, let me flip through all the projects, and again, these are unlined. The pattern pieces are on the pages, and you'll just enlarge the pattern pieces. So you'll need a scanner, or you'll need to take the book to a copy shop to get the pieces enlarged. Some of these have zippers and some don't. I liked the variety of the designs. And I thought it was just really interesting, like a different way to create a bag. I'll point one out. Yeah, as you can see, like it's unlined. You can see in that particular photo. But for me personally, even if I decide never to sew a bag by hand with leather, I think it will be interesting just to see different incorporation of hardware, or how, you know, straps are sewn. I think it would be interesting to read through some of that. And again, all the instructions are included, as well as the pieces. Yeah, as you can see, there's a ton of projects in this particular book. A few different briefcases. Okay, so those are all the projects, and the book, again, is called Crafting Leather Totes, Backpacks, and Bags, and I've linked to that in the description in case you're interested in checking that out after the show. So I have another question for you. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever made a leather bag or pouch? Let me know in the comments if you have, or if you haven't but you would like to make one, let me know that in the comments as well.
Sarah, but
Did I forget something? The book is...
No, the retreat.
The retreat. Oh, yes. The retreat will be for sale on my website. I thought I put a link in the description of tonight's show. But if I haven't, I'll add it after the show. The link will currently be password protected. The password protection will come off tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time when the tickets are available. So don't be alarmed if you go to the link for the retreat and you see that it's password protected. I just have that up there. So when it's time, I can just go ahead and put it in stock right away. The dates for the retreat are September 26th through the 28th, and that's of this year. Oh, thanks, Tamara. The weather here is very nice in September. Yes, I expect it will be. Right now, it's been just rainy. It's been a mix of rainy, humid, and hot, so September will be much nicer. All right, so if you have already purchased the 4 new patterns that recently came out, thank you so much. And if you're still on the fence, Danny and I made a trailer video the other day. It's just a few minutes long, but it's showing all the projects. I opened them up, show the pockets, the insides of everything. So we're going to play the trailer video for you now. I hope you enjoy it. Hey bag maker, I'm Sarah Lawson from Sewcial, and I'm so excited to introduce you to the League of Extraordinary Bag Makers Volume 2. Volume 2 includes 4 new PDF sewing patterns and videos. The PDF patterns include full color step photos. In each instructional video, I make the entire project from start to finish, including cutting out your pattern pieces, attaching the interfacing, and finishing the project all the way up until the very end. The Casquilla pouch comes in 4 different sizes, and the great thing about this project is once it's finished, you can see all of the items that you're putting on the inside because it features clear vinyl on both the front and the back of the pouch. Let me show you what it looks like in the overhead view. This is size large of the Casquilla pouch, and as you can see, the front of the pouch has a zipper and storage space for some items, and then the main portion is a much larger compartment. Basically, this is the whole inside of the pouch. So there's 2 zippers on this pouch. There's a handle, and I just think it's great, especially with all the different sizes. Because of the clear vinyl, the front and the back will be wipeable, and the bottom portion is quilted. So you'll be quilting that in the pattern instructions and video as well. The instructional video for the Casquilla pouch is 1 hour and 15 minutes long. The Pierce Crossbody Backpack is a small sling style backpack. It features 3 different zippered compartments and an adjustable strap. This backpack features an adjustable strap, and there's a D-ring on either side, so if you'd like to attach the swivel clip to a different side, you can. There's 1 vertical zipper pocket on the back of the backpack, which is really handy for things you really want to keep safe because these items in this pocket will be against your body. And then there's also a front zipper pocket. And this is what it looks like in the main compartment. The video for the Pierce Crossbody Backpack is 1 hour and 29 minutes long. This is a personal ensign bag, and it's a slim crossbody bag, and it features tons of pockets on the outside as well as the inside. Let me show you the back of the bag first. So this is a crossbody bag with an adjustable strap. And on the back of the bag is a large pocket that secures with a magnetic snap. The front of the bag has 2 additional pockets, and they're both fully lined. Then the inside of this particular bag is the feature that I'm most proud of, just because of all the pockets on the inside. So there's 1 large pocket on the right-hand side. There's a small pocket for a pen. There's credit card slots, and there's, in fact, some down there as well. And then there's a big pocket behind the credit card slots. This is a really fun bag to make. I think you'll really enjoy all the different styles of pockets contained in this pattern. And the video for the personal ensign bag is 2 hours and 36 minutes long. The fun thing about the tadpole pouch is there's a zipper on one side and there's a second zipper on the other side. I originally envisioned this to be a pouch for storing a rotary cutter in one zipper and scissors in the second, but of course you could put anything that you'd like into this pouch. Let me show you what it looks like on the inside. And then there's a zipper pocket in one of the sections, so it's great for rotary cutter in one and scissors in the second. And there's actually a bonus instruction in this particular pattern for a scissor sheath, just to keep your scissors protected, and everything fits neatly inside. The video for the tadpole pouch is 55 minutes long. Click the link in the description to get your 4 new patterns and videos now. All right, I hope you enjoyed the new patterns. If you had any questions about the new patterns, I brought some of the projects out here. Oh, great question. Amanda's got one. Can you share the measurements of the sling bag? Yes. I don't have them handy, but I got my ruler here, so I'll just measure it. So it's 8 inches tall by 6 inches across, and it's, including the front pocket, it's about 2.5 inches deep. Janet says, will a cell phone fit in the front pocket? I don't know. Let me check, but I've got my cell phone here. Danny, would you mind switching to the overhead camera for that? Let me check where the cell phone fits best. Cell phone does not fit in the...
That one or the Pierce it was on?
Oh, okay. This is the Pierce, but yeah, I know it fits in the main compartment. I've got some bubble wrap in here, so let me just take that out. Cell phone fits for sure in the main compartment. Depending on the size of your cell phone, it might fit in the back compartment. So mine does fit, but let me measure mine. My cell phone with the case is like 3 inches by 6 inches, and that fits inside, but it just fits in the back. So again, that'll depend on your cell phone. Rob says, if I want to use the tadpole pouch for eyeglasses, do you think the interfacing is good as is, or should I sub in Annie's foam? That's a good question. Danny, can I pass this one to you and you let me know what you think about putting eyeglasses in this one?
Yeah. I would line it with like a felt cloth or something.
I'm going to throw it. Why would you say felt cloth?
Because it don't scratch the...
Oh.
Isn't there a zipper on the inside? Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it in the one section as a zipper pocket. I wouldn't put the eyeglasses in that one unless they're in another, like a sleeve
case. It's pretty sturdy the way it is, yeah.
You think you would be okay to put your glasses in there?
I'll put them in there right now.
Okay. I mean, I know they fit in there.
I'm just saying how they feel.
Okay.
With them in there. Let me take all this stuff out of it. I would say no. You
would like foam interfacing?
Or Peltex, like the hard one that's thin.
It's already got Deco built in there.
I don't know. It's sort of like soft look with nothing in it.
Yeah, I got it.
You want it back?
Yep, I'll take it back.
Without the stuff?
What? You just give me the pouch back, yeah. Thank you. There it goes. All right, so Danny's thinking maybe foam interfacing if you're just putting like loose glasses. Is that what you're thinking, Danny?
I don't know if it's to protect the glasses from getting smashed.
I guess it's personal opinion.
Yeah, if you're concerned about it being smashed, then yes, something other, because it's sort of soft.
Yeah.
But if you're worried about being scratched, I would say no. Long as not the zipper portion.
Yeah. Good question. Hadn't thought of that.
This is a good one.
Kyle says the tadpole would be great for diabetic supplies. That's a good one.
And it would actually be really good for diabetic supplies.
Elizabeth has a good question. How long are they on sale? So the 4 patterns with the videos, and you get all the files like the SVG files, projector files, and AO files. It's $40 for the 4 projects until July 14th, and then after that it goes up to $45. And then the patterns will be available individually. If you just want one, they'll be available individually after September 30th. Jen says, where can we find personal labels such as in your bags that look polished and professional? Heartwood and Hide has some really nice
That's exactly what I was thinking.
cork labels, and you can get custom ones too, like if you want one with your business name on it. And again, that's Heartwood and Hide. we have some like generalized woven labels on our website, and if you just go to sewsweetness.com and just type in woven labels, those will all come up too. And those are some fun ones like Auntie made it or handmade, things like that, little sayings. Sally says, I think that I would use Decovil for structure and then foam for padding for glasses. Thank you, Sally. Appreciate you. Marion says, I would feel comfortable putting glasses in there. It's pretty sturdy. Thank you for your feedback. Yeah, Marion's on a roll with the new patterns. Kathy says, this is my favorite bundle you have done. I have always liked some of the projects in other bundles, but I love all of these patterns. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. Windless Original says, great deal, even not on sale. And great price for great patterns. Thank you, Catherine. Amanda says, love Heartwood and Hide, great to work with. And also Tamara says, Heartwood and Hide cork labels. Yep. What were we? Oh, were there any more questions, Danny?
We're not even on the questions section yet, but that was the questions that were
for the video. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if there will be any other questions about new patterns or retreat, but if there were, I'll be answering those in just a minute.
Here's one real quick.
Made by Misty says, I use fusible fleece in my glass cases and haven't had a problem. Thank you. All right, Danny has some picks of the month, so he's going to show those, and then if there's any remaining questions, we'll get to those as well.
Up first is Amanda. She made the...
Coscula pouch?
Yep, those. Also known as the clear front pouches. She did a great job. I like to get the little eyeglass fabric. Really nice work. Andrea made the pierced crossbody bag. I love the corduroy fabric, the little books on the zipper pulls, antique hardware. It looks super cool. Andrea is expert at making really cool bags. I love the inside fabric. Great choice there. Helena made the tadpole. You can't go wrong with Disco Kitty from Tulip Pink. Great job on this. I love the pink zipper. Really nice job, Helena. And then Latoya made the personal ensign bag, and she did it either in vinyl leather, I'm not sure which, but I thought it looked super cool. I love the cheetah print fabric on the inside, little hints. It's that, professional look with little, flavor to it, and I like it. So great job, everyone.
And if you do make one of the new patterns, please do post it over in the Soul Sweetness Facebook group. I've got a link in the description for the group in case you're not already a member, and it's just fun sharing pictures, questions, just a great community. All right, I'm going to get over to, if there happen to be any remaining questions, I'll get over to those in a second. I also wanted to announce the winners of last month's giveaways. We had a few live winners and a few winners that were not live. So all the winners were Betty Stading, Norma Kaufman, Patty Smith, Teresa Crawford, Jan831, and Rachel Santana. I think I've already been in contact with all the winners except perhaps I think Teresa Crawford, maybe no. So Teresa, if you're watching, Danny's going to put my email address up on the screen one more time. Again, it's sarah@sewsweetness.com. Please email me if I'm remembering correctly. And then stay tuned for the giveaway at the end. We're almost there. It'll be those two organizers, those two planners that I showed earlier. Those will be the giveaway prizes for tonight. Lori says, I live for the Facebook group. So fun to see everyone's work. I agree. I just love the variety of fabrics, and people sometimes make modifications, and I like seeing the different modifications and just different ideas for projects. So it's great to be part of the group. Windless Original says it's a great community. And all right, were there any other questions, Danny?
Someone's got a comment.
Faye says sometimes area shops will rent out machines for the advertisement they get. Oh, good feedback. Thank you so much, Faye. Write that down. All right, so let's get over to the giveaway. The giveaway is randomly drawn. You have until the end of the day this Saturday to leave a comment on the show, either if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. We add all those comments together, and then the randomly drawn winner will be announced on next month's show. And the prize for tonight is...
Sorry.
That's okay. The prize for tonight is both these planners from Natural Nerd Planners, and Good luck to everyone. I have a bonus question for you that you can answer in the comments right now. What is your favorite handmade gift to make for a child? Let me know in the comments. And good luck to everyone. Our next live show will be on Sunday, August 3rd at our usual time, 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, retreat tickets go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. That's July 7th. And then new patterns are available for $40 until July 14th. And all that stuff's linked to in the description. And is this about the retreat, Danny?
I believe so.
Yes, I will let everyone know about a month before the retreat. You'll get the pattern with pattern pieces. It'll be just like a fully finished pattern, so you can prepare your fabrics for the retreat. And I'm very excited. First time back for a retreat in 7 years. And thank you everyone for joining me for the show. I had so much fun answering your questions. Everyone had great questions tonight. I hope you have a great week and happy
And if you're
sewing.
local to the area, love to see you at the
movie night. Yep. Bye everybody.